Lori and Ashlyn, Mortgages and Mimosas, and we're up here recording some videos today. I know that sometimes we look like we're in the same outfit, but it's because we kind of, get up here and we get on this roll. And we're going to video today.
Yes. Well, and we have like so many things that we cover. Like we get on a roll. We're like, oh my gosh, this happened this week. So we're literally just writing down a list of everything that happened. So everything we talk about are actually like real life stories or examples, or when we're sitting across from each other, I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be a perfect video. So
Ashlyn, and she just had a client that she explained about the score of the credit. Like when you do a credit inquiry, they're like, why should you ding me when you are pulling credit? And they've done some protections to help the consumer if they are out shopping for a mortgage. But Ashlyn's explanation that she just had with a client. So
yeah, they had a very big aha moment. So like we've talked about in previous videos, we offer soft credit pulls to kind of just take a look and see like, where am I at? Like maybe I'm not ready to actually pull the trigger and go make an offer on a house, but I want to at least get, pre-qualified or pre-approved. So we can do a soft credit pull. For them, we wanted to go fully in doing this certified pre-approval go through underwriting. So I thought that the video just stopped, so that's why I just got thrown off. See, these are real videos. These are real people. So anyway, so what I explained to them is they were like, why when you do a hard credit pull, does my score drop? And it's very frustrating, I think, for a lot of people, and they don't know the why behind it. And we're all about the why. So I explained it to them like this. When you go and you apply for a mortgage, mortgage loan, that goes to the credit bureaus. They now know that you are shopping for a loan. So when we say that you can go and get your credit pulled by 10 other mortgage lenders, your score is going to be the same because it's all mortgage lenders that are pulling it. Now, on the other hand, if you go and apply for a mortgage loan and you then go and the next day apply for a car loan, and then from that car loan, you then are going and applying for 5 credit cards, the reason you're going to see your score drop the more credit inquiries that you have is because that credit card company doesn't know if you just took out a $5,000 a month mortgage and just bought a $1,000 a month car. So what they're doing is they're protecting themselves, going, I don't know what your debt to income is. I see all these credit inquiries. So are you just out there taking out a ton of debt? And how do they know? It's kind of like us on the mortgage side when we have to have people explain what, if they have a credit inquiry on their credit. It's not the fact that we're upset that they had an inquiry necessarily. It's going, when we look at a debt to income ratio and we're qualifying you, if you did take out, a new car loan or credit card, we just have to make sure that we're accounting for that. So going back to your credit score dropping, it's only for a temporary time to protect all the other credit companies that are pulling your credit after maybe this time because they don't know if you open new debt or not. So it's not something that you're going to have on there. If you go from an 800, all of a sudden you see you go into a 700. It's not like that 700 is going to be there for the next, 2, 4, 5 months. It's just for a short time to, again, protect anybody else that's going to be pulling your credit and not knowing what debt, you took out, what mortgage you took out.
And like I was, and this is kind of where my brain goes on this topic is everybody, I'm 59, but I've had a credit score for years. The credit industry has been around for so long, and there's been more and more laws changing to help protect the consumer. Well, one of the things that changed is if you go and do a mortgage, the system now knows that you're shopping for a mortgage and your scores won't drop.
Right.
If you're out car shopping, it's going to be a car, and each creditor's coded as a creditor as a car dealership. And so if they see a dealership, it's not going to do it. But if you're out there pulling your credit, it's to protect the creditors. It's because you need your credit. You're applying for a credit card. You're applying for a car. You're applying for a mortgage. Well, you need the credit, and they're going to ding you. And it is only for a short period of time. So to know those things is helping you be strategic to protect your score and protect your credit information.
The way I ended it with them yesterday, and they ended up letting me do a hard pull, by the way, because I educated them.
And it's not a lot. It's a little.
Yes, it's a little. But here's the thing with them. I said, okay, if I do a hard credit pull today, do you plan on buying anything in the next 3 to 6 months while you're house shopping? And they're like, well, no, this is the only thing I'm doing. And I said, okay, so why does it matter waiting now versus another 30 days for me to pull your credit if the sooner we pull it, the longer out that inquiry will be, which means the sooner your score is going to go back up. But if you're not buying anything right now other than this house, let's pull it. The score drops after you pull it, because that was somebody else I had somebody say, well, when you pull it, my score drops. And I was like, well, yeah, if I pull it and it's going to be, I keep saying 800, but I mean, really, there's not a lot of people that have 800, by the way. But if it's a 700, when I pull it, it's going to be a 700. It may drop when, you know, the credit card company pulls it, and it may drop to, you know, 650 or whatever it is. But are you going to actually get a credit card after you apply for a mortgage? Typically not. So
there's some paranoia from consumers about what is my score? What is that out there? And please don't get too, you know, hung up in that, because I tell people it is a living, breathing number. Each month when you know, I have a Kia and Kia reports that I've paid something on time, it's changing it. And when you take and add that to my mortgage, you add my mortgage and my credit cards and anything else, it's getting reported. So positive things are going, and that score moves around. And it's not a negative thing to have a credit inquiry or to be shopping for any of that, but just know it's for a short period of time.
You mentioned Kia. So again, true stories. We never lie on this, by the way. So I've been shopping for our 16-year-old daughter. She got her first car, and so they pulled our credit. But we had committed to another car a few weeks before we actually bought the one that she had. They pulled our credit. We gave them authorization to do a hard pull. I was a 737. My husband was like an 800, which, by the way, makes me really mad because I'm the mortgage lender. I'm the one that pays all the bills, and he somehow is the 800. Which, by the way, on a mortgage side would have been way less for both of us. That was just what the car company's scores were. But anyway, my point of this is I was a 737 a few weeks ago, like whenever we first had the first inquiry. 2 weeks later, so it was actually not on the same day, we went to the Kia dealership, and that's where we ended up buying her car. They pulled our credit. The score was the exact same. And I had the previous inquiry on there from when they shopped, you know, did the financing before. So again, to your point, and this is real life proof, I could even show y'all if y'all wanted me to, but because they send you in the mail, you know, when they pull credit. The same score within a 2-week span, because it was for the same thing. It was for the auto loan. It goes back to being able to shop similar to mortgages. So if anybody tells y'all any different, they're not being truthful.
Yeah, and she can prove it.
I know. I might.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.